last component, neuro-linguistic programming.
You're in trouble, buddy.
This is good. This is good value here.
For our listeners, my wife has given me a 1 hour curfew at 1:01:33.
Well, this is an important component. Neuro-linguistic programming, NLP.
She may have left without us. We're going to have to drive separately. It's okay. Keep going.
Everything's
NLP.
fine. NLP.
Oh, no, she's here.
She's going to NLP.
Yeah.
Yeah. What the weight of words.
Yes.
So I know coaches say these things, and then I join a lot of different sport coaching teams, and this is the biggest arm wrestling match that I have to have, is creating an awareness for them for the very words they're using. They want the best. However, they're saying different things that are, hey, don't do that. We don't do that.
Yeah.
So it's so framed negatively. So then speak to us about this scientific approach to words, and then how, you introduced this to adults to start now coaching and applying to children.
Sure. Well, it comes in 3 forms, to my knowledge. Okay. It's ultimately like the things you hear over and over get cemented as reality. But the way to break the bond, the most effective, is self-talk, in the sense that, at Kid Strong, every class, the way we introduce NLP for our kids is they say, I am strong, I am brave, I can do this. And with kids too, to help them reinforce these terms, applying gestures or positions or poses, like speeds up the belief behind it. So we have, I am strong, I am brave, I can do this. The second, and that, like, you say it so much, you begin to believe it. It rewires the brain. Okay. That's where, like, if you wake up, like if you're just in a trench, and this came from a book called Tiny Habits, BJ something Tex, you'll figure it out. It's in the Google once you get the internet, or for whatever reason, you don't have Google for me right now. Taking notes. He calls it the Hawaii method or something. But anyways, it's a behavior change book. And he said, every morning, wake up, look in the mirror and say, today's going to be a great day. And after about 2 weeks, it will change your perspective. And speaking from a personal rut, like, I'm like, oh, this is like, takes 2 seconds and is free. I'll do it. And it does change your belief about the day. Right. So like, that's self-talk and saying it out loud, not thinking it. And I don't think there's like totally novel. People have heard this all the time, but like, all I'm saying is it works. And we see it work with kids. Like, I've seen it work with 100 kids who come in, whether or not they're introverted or just like don't have a high level of social capacity, that after about 6 weeks of saying this affirmation 2 times in a class, once a week, and then probably once or twice outside, because it's kind of cool, right? Their parents get behind it. They change, dude. It is amazing. Okay. So that's number 1, like the self-talk. Then number 2 is like the immediate talk. Okay. And this probably, like, honestly, this is the least effective. Let me go back. The next one is like earshot. We're on time, babe. Is earshot. And so the way I've talked about is earshot praise.
This is very important.
And I was talking to our boy MC last night at dinner. He has a 7-year-old son who's been in jujitsu for maybe 8 weeks. And just like, he really wants his son to get it because his son's best friend does it and loves it. But his son, like, really wasn't doing it. He's like doing it, but like became obligatory. And his son's friend, Zandy, his dad was over.
And his dad is he's a mixed martial artist.
Yes.
So the son has been exposed to this before.
Yeah. So they're at his house and his boys just playing, like the boys are just playing, and they were like kind of listening to their dad's talk. And then the other dad says, hey, I got to tell you something. Logan, like, is switched on. He figured it out. He is like really good at this BJJ thing. It was within earshot. And this was unintentional, but it was within earshot. And Logan was listening and heard it. Right. And then next thing you know, when, like, he's asking his dad, like, hey, can we go to BJJ? Then that very class, Logan's coach says, you have turned a corner. You are going to be great at this. And now he can't, like, Logan's obsessed,
Mm-hmm.
right? So that earshot praise, or on the contrapositive of that, right? Like the demeaning statements that you say about a kid within earshot. Oh, he's shy. Oh, he's shy. You're projecting and imprinting this belief about that kid's self just by saying it in earshot, not even to them. It's more impactful, more influential,
Yeah.
right? And then, like, the third least, but still
It's
form of that NLP is like, you'll never amount to anything, kid. You're a schlub. Why are you so shy? Why are you so stupid? Like, all these terrible versions of that. But, like, take it on the other. Honey, you are brave. You are brave. Like, you don't know how caring you are. You're a good person. You're kind. That's just the least effective way to do it. Not saying that you shouldn't, but if my daughter was next to me and someone said, "Oh, so she's shy," I'd say, "No, she's not shy. She's really outgoing. It takes her a minute to warm up." And, like, that is the what I can do. Like, that's the best version of what I can do until she says I'm not shy, and, like, that becomes her mantra. If that's the thing.
yes. And I mean, infinitely within coaching. Because even if the earshot, and I mean, this may be a fourth layer as you get into the middle school and the high school sports, or I mean, even college, where if we're coach to coach and I'm talking to you about player X, we can't trust him. And then player Y hears it, he goes and tells player X.
Mm-hmm. Yep, devastating.
Devastating.
Mm-hmm. Which
So,
is, now that I'm reflecting, as I've told you many times, how great my teammates were in my senior year of high school. Ironically, our team motto that year was "My teammates are great."
mm-hmm.
So every practice, start of practice, every practice, end of practice, we said, "My teammates are great." And everyone thought it was so stupid. And, like, it was and is. But what's the power of that is, I don't know if this is why Joe Bungie did it, but we even had shirts that were made, "My teammates are great." And, like, that's how I remember it. That's
Mm-hmm.
how I believe it. And there's people on there that, like, I was not friends with, but I probably right now would reflect and say, yeah, they were great dudes. Um, but yeah, that is a really, really effective way to change belief and behavior about kids, and adults too, by the way. And it is the most effective in that earshot space if it's someone of authority and respect.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So the fact that Zandy's dad, who's like a savage, right? This dude is like basically a mutant superhero to Logan. He said it about him, and it cemented a belief in just one rep.
Exactly.
But that's not how it always happens. It takes several, depending on how trenched the belief is in that kid. It'll take several.